Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Blackbird Podcast. How are you all doing? Are you all good? Are you all well? I hope you're all well. I put up a little request there that you might give me some ideas to name this fella here. Had some interesting ones thus far, but nothing's really ringing the bell. And it'd be good to give it, have a name before it starts freaking me out. Starts talking back to me, Rory. Does it talk to you? Yes, it does. It keeps asking me what's its name, and I don't know. So give me a name, folks, before I go crazier. Oh, yummy. So here we are again, all alone again. Yeah. So what happened? Went to Limerick. It was interesting. Did a great setup down there for the field round. So you're shooting paper targets and you 4 arrows per target. And is it 28 targets and then you do them again? A lot of hours in a day. But it was the setup. I thought it'd be in the woods, but it wasn't. It was in this fucking bog of a thing. And it was like briars from hell. So if if you miss your target, which many have done, it's probably not going to be seen ever again. And you're not going to have any fucking hope of finding it. And the way it's all lined up, it's just, this course is ideal for bow shooting with a scope. Although I'm sure there's been a few there. I'm probably the only fucker with a recurve who lost a bunch. But actually, I lost 4. I think I lost 4. I'm thinking 4. I'm saying 4, so there it must be 4. Panda Boy found one alright, and he gave it back to me near the end of the day. But it was interesting. I think I didn't like it so much because I don't do that field round that often. I think that might have been my second or third maybe, or fourth, I don't know. But not a lot. So I think it's kind of, they're pumping out more shoots like that now for those who will go to UKFAC, because last year there was a very big number from the clubs that went up to UKFAC and did very well, I might add. Got loads of medals, great haul of medals and victories up there. And it was those kind of targets, you know what I mean? So it's primarily it's 3D targets we be at. It's just the way it is. They had indoor competition. But these things, there was a target there at fucking 80 yards. I couldn't fucking even see it, no mind hit it. But I said I'd give it a go. At this stage, I was kind of well versed in losing arrows. So I said, sure, fuck it. You know what I mean? In the name of glory and all of that. Which wasn't had. But I see the results posted there, but I daren't look at them. The holy mortification. This year has been particularly, the last 12 months have been kind of touch and go. But I was talking with Panda Boy down there about an arrow rest, because I was thinking, you know what I mean, it's like you gotta be 100% with your gear, and my gear with these stick-on things, they were fucking okay, but they kept falling off at times, and it's not ideal. So he showed me this arrow rest that he had, because his type of archery, their bows give the arrows a terrible time because they be bouncing them, so they have to be tough, folks. And I'm fucking talking weird today. So, while I was talking to him, I was trying to get the name of his fucking thing so I could, Google it later on, and said, okay, I'll give this one a go. And while we were chit-chatting, Jose, our buddy, Jose Sands, came up, and he's Clout Archery. And he had his car with him, and he had it stacked, and he had this exact fucking thing that we were talking about. Now, what I didn't realise, because it had like 2 arms on it, I was like, what the fuck is that about? But Chris was telling me that with this particular guy, you don't need to have a button, a plunger, because that's what the second arm is for, or the first arm, I guess. So I was putting that on, was it yesterday? Yeah, and tuning it up with the brother. And Jesus Christ, nothing's fucking ever straightforward when it comes to it's just so many fucking things that need addressing on it. I'm looking at the picture here now, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 arrows pointing at 10 parts of the thing to shoot an arrow from. So I was like, I'm just gonna go fucking, try it. Fuck this. Shoot off the shelf. But we got it on there, and it seems to be working a treat. But now I have to fucking change my knock on the line because it's too high for where this guy sits, because he's a bolt on a wraparound. And I was getting a new string anyway, so that's all I have to do now, I think, and just tweak it a little bit, just a tad, just fine tune it. But I know how to use it now. I know how to adjust it now, which is great. And I was hoping to put 60 hours through it today, but it's fucking shit day here today. You'd be just at nothing. So that's on the menu, and I'm looking forward to it. Free Flight Arrow Rest. Did you ever hear of them? Arizona AAE Cavalier Enterprise Inc. Free Flight Arrow Rest. And it's the Free Flight one. You get just 3 different types. You Free Flight Elite. And then you have, I'm just looking at it there, they're fucking complicated looking things. Then you have Free Flight Micro. Again. And then you have Free Flight. That's the one I have. That's the one Jose had in stock on the day. That was great though. Because like that now, I'd be saying, I'm going to go and get this, I'm going to go and get that. And you know the way, between the jigs and the reels and the kids and all of that, by the time you sit down to fucking, you forgot what you were going to do anyway. And then you're onto some other thing that you remembered that had nothing to do with it. So you just keep forgetting. So when you go to the shoot, if there's someone there, it's like perfection. You get what you need there and then. And I was delighted with that. That was actually the victory of the day in Limerick. We were very lucky actually, because it was kind of shitty on the way down there, pissy. But when we got there after maybe an hour, it was kind of petering out. It was just a big, cloudy, gloomy day, because all those fucking swamp bugs came out in the second half of the day. Little fuckers. But yeah, so it was very fruitful going to Limerick. I was kind of gutted. I was kind of looking forward to trekking through the woods, you know what I mean? Because I love going through the woods there. They're fantastic. Instead we got the bog. Fucking bog. But anyway, look, it was good. It was good. I had a good team. 2 compounders again, but they were actually not so bad. Sure, when you're shooting 4 hours anyway, it is what it is. And then the reluctance and the fear of losing arrows. So easily, I mean, very easily you could lose arrows. Unless you're falling short, you're probably losing that arrow if it doesn't stick in the target. So yeah. I was there one stage shooting a 60, which I have a gap for 60. And I was about 2 meters shy. I was like, fuck. So I doubled the gap, and it was still shy. So then I think, it's like the fucking bow had no. Obviously, we know it's not the bow. It's probably me at that stage of the day. I'm just fucking wrecked. So, look, onwards and upwards. We're making progress. Going to get back to being awesome soon, and actually having the scores to prove it. Because I feel like I've been battered this last 12 months with this fucking just. And I'd be only pointing out what's going on. It's not like, it's It's not like I'm being a drama queen. And then I have fucking people saying, oh, you're always giving out. I'm not. I'm just saying, you asked the question, and I'm like, yeah, this thing's a cunt. What do you think? So then, I'm the bae. So, fuck ye sensitive cunts. Okay? Fuck ye. With your fucking experience. Forget I don't have much of that. But alas. Good day. It was a good day. Some good scoring from other people. I noticed, like I said, I didn't look at the scores. I did not look at the scores yet. So that's the rest sorted. Fucking hopefully. Fingers are crossed and crossed again. And hopefully now the fact I don't need a plunger is also pretty cool. And I just figured out my plunger, I might add. But it's good to have it in the bag. For just in cases. And then there's a bunch of folks going off to South Africa. I think this week they're going. What is it? Let me get this right now. Let me think. The World, is it Bowhunter Championships? I'm thinking, is that it? I'm sure you'll tell me. That's what I think it is on. And there's a bunch from Ireland going. Names now are not great with me. I know a few. There's 2 from our club going. Keith and Sarah, his wife. They're off. They're going to be shooting compound. And I have faces. I see faces. I don't see the names. Nicolette, am I right? I'm not even going to chance your second name. God, I know I'll butcher that. But best of luck, Nicolette. And then, of course, we have... Who the fuck do we have? There's a lady now who I was only joking about parking down Dunbrody. Blonde lady, you know who you are. Best of luck to you. I have a name, but I daren't utter it because it's 50-50. And Mark Daly, of course, is going. There's loads of others going, but god damn it, I'm just not 100% on who is and who isn't. So I'll leave it at that. Everyone else, best of luck. And to those who I mentioned, if you hear me, please send me on some fucking video footage of your experiences with the archery and the setup and all of that and your thoughts. You can write that down. You don't have to do any, because I know how shy you all are. But you can just send me a text. I'd appreciate it, and I can, I can use it as news. Let everyone know back home how y'all doing. But whatever you're doing over there, fucking take it in, guys. Enjoy it. That's awesome to be there, to be going there. And I know you've been training hard, those who I do know are going. Because you've been shooting even when there wasn't shoots on. Unlike me. So best of luck, guys. And fly the flag. Does that mean you'd be wearing your green jerseys? I should have worn my green jersey in next podcast. I'll wear a green jersey in solidarity with you guys. To support your efforts in South Africa. South Africa, it's meant to be a beautiful spot where you're heading. But then again, you hear stories, don't you? Don't go inside the compound. There's a compound? Why are we in a compound? I'm not in the army. I hear a compound, I hear army. You know what I mean? I don't hear resort. There's a compound? That's the resort? I don't know. I'm sure it's splendid. And I'm sure you'll have a great time. And don't drink the water. I'm just saying. Billy said, don't drink the water. So have a good time, and please let us know how y'all get on. You shy people. And don't drink the water. Other than that, that's all I got for you. I have to fucking tidy up my studio. It's it's great that you can only see a relatively tidy side, Because I'm looking over here, there's a big box there with fucking compound bows in it. Brother is a messy bastard. He just lobs shit in everywhere. Guitars, fucking paint on the floor. Must be said I can be messy, or lazy, or just lazy. We'll call it lazy. I'm not lazy. I can be. Are you lazy? Are you all lazy, folks? So the drive to Limerick was a fucking dose, because it's like all you see is green, and you don't see above a field. It's like you're in a valley all the time, and you're going through a network of all these back roads and shit. And then it's like you're putting all your fate into this fucking Google Maps bullshit. So it's like playing a video game, and then you see something you recognize and you're elated. We made it, and in good time. But no, it's good. It's good. I'm in here actually. I'm meant to be doing a podcast for Tifam. In case you don't know, the boys have lost the plot. They've left the keys to the kingdom to me, and I've go have a look at their YouTube goings on. And I said, it'd be a good idea if we did X, Y, and Z. Need a bit of a mix, a bit of diversity of subject and topic and on the ground stuff. And of all the people, it is I who will be doing it. I'm already wrecked. It's for like 10 minutes in. I forgot everything I was going to say. I had written it in the book, and that is on the kitchen table in the house. So I'm just going to waffle. I'm going to waffle. I was going down a bunch of rabbit holes again. Usually about a half an hour before I decide to go to sleepy. I just whatever. Some crazy shit catches my mind, and I'm like, really? Because I'm one of these people now who just, as much as I'd love to get into debates with X, Y, and Z about any number of topics, I can't, because I don't know what the fuck I'd be talking about. And I'd like to have some experience, knowledge, but there's nothing there that I can say that's bullshit. I just, it's just regurgitated blah, blah, blah. And I don't know how I would do that. I can't do that. I won't do that. So I'll just talk shit. I'll talk shit, folks, and hopefully have the odd fun conversation as opposed to debate. I hate debates anyway. They're shite. It's just like, who can remember the best? Because that's all it is. Because I saw some hoo-ha about some lad on the Joe Rogan podcast. I think he's a comedian, but he's doing a lot of political chit-chats about things political. And then they get in a guy who's practically a scholar, some British or English guy. Murray, I think is his name. I actually like him. He's a cool dude. He's very well spoken. He knows what he'd be on about. And it's not really about opinion with him. It's about, I went there, I saw this, and this is what I'm telling you. This is happening. And then, then he researches it further. And he has a very sound fucking perspective. Whereas everyone else is just getting like bulletins, headlines, while they're in their fucking house, safe, home. So I think he was going on about that's a problem. That's the problem. If you're going to have that, it should be balanced. If you're going to have the fun people on just to talk shit, great. But if you're going to talk about heavy subjects that are current and kind of hot topics, to have a balance. I think that's a very good idea. What do you think? But I'm getting kind of sick of going through all these things. I skipped off of YouTube, not a lot, but a bit, because I like long format things like documentaries. Like good solid documentaries from professional people. And I think I've seen them all, for fuck's sake. Although I have watched a few things. I'll watch some things a couple of times. But it's just, yeah, getting solid information is, I don't know how people do it. TikTok would fucking annoy you. Christ, it annoys me no end. And actually, so does Instagram. And so does Facebook. They all annoy me. I'd be going on and on. Then bang. Explosion. I think it's just, when I go on them now, I think I'm going on them against my will. Do you ever get that feeling? You don't know why you're doing it. You don't want to do it. You know that much. You're like, fuck. What am I doing? It's like when you watch all the previous generation and they're always watching the news. I think it's the same kind of buzz. You're just hit with this shock and awe bullshit that keeps you coming back. I saw a fucking guy get eaten by a shark. Oh my god. Them fucking sharks, man. And them cunts putting the videos up, you're thinking, because I was watching all of these, those underwater scientist guys, and they'd be fucking tagging things and telling you about their migration pattern and all of that jazz. And then some National Geographic, damn, the photographers in that magazine are unbelievable. So it must have been why I'm getting all of these shark sightings and blah. There was one down in Cork somewhere, and so I'm thinking, okay, it's a basking shark, but the basking I've no problem with, but the shark part of that name, it's still a shark, okay? Might just have a figari, have a bad mood, might have seen a bad TikTok reel itself and said, fuck you people, I'm gonna eat you. But yeah, I was fucking flicking first thing in the morning. What was I doing? I was checking a thing. And you know the way you wouldn't be operating 100%, and next thing you're going through all of these videos. And next thing there's something about a shark. And because my mind, the last thing I saw was probably National Geographic. And I goes, oh, a shark? What? And next thing there's legs. And there's some cunt standing there. I know you say a cunt. He should have. What's he going to do? Because in my mind I'm thinking, surely I'm going to see one of the days some lunatic just fucking bomb in there and just fucking do something. Probably get eaten. That's what the argument would be. I'd be like, part of me saying, what would I do? I'd probably just choke on my tongue on the side by the beach and pass out with absolute fear. But then, your imagination be thinking like, well, I don't really go on the beaches like a normal person. If I'm on a beach, it's usually raining and windy as fuck, and you're probably looking to photograph waves. That's what I used to do for kicks. But if I'm on a beach, I'd be thinking, surely I'll have a knife strapped to my fucking lower leg. But then, this is bullshit. You won't even go on the bat, for fuck's sake. Never mind the ocean. I'm totally freaked out about the ocean. Between the fucking orca whales and the goddamn shark attacks, it's just, for all I know, I'm looking at footage from like 20 years ago. Because that's another trick they use. They just fuck all this mayhem up. And you go, oh my god, look, the world is mad. And you don't know what the fuck you have. Just some shark eating some poor fucking guy. And there's just, it's very graphic. I'm not even going to describe it. But it's not what you need first thing in the morning. It's like, oh, well. So sharks are still cunts. I fucking hate them. They're beautiful, but I fucking hate them with a passion. Don't go in the fucking water, people. There's a pool. Go to the pool. Be by the pool. It's better. Fucking sharks are cunts. I don't know how I got here. With the sharks. No, this is just my personality. I bounce around. But while I'm on it, it brings me up to a good buddy of mine. Anto is the champion of archery when it comes to, he's shooting awesome this last 12 months. He shoots compound. And Anto is so he's such a fine-tuned human being. He could be in the woods by himself practicing, and he could pass a tree, and he'd just go, I'm getting bad vibes off you, man. You're giving out about something. Anto, I don't give out a lot. I just answer the question. I'm a very energetic individual, and sometimes it gets animated. Doesn't mean I'm giving out. It just means I'm giving you a very animated answer. Yoda. Anto Yoda. That's Anto. He's a Yoda. So, watch the one about the sharks, Anto. Anto, I think, went surfing once. Excuse me. Because I remember mentioning something about not going swimming in the ocean, and he looked at me like I was retarded. Don't be stupid. Go in the ocean. Not a bother. Not a bother, kid. No. You're fine. I'm not going near the goddamn ocean. Fuck the ocean. There's enough of it there. There's monsters in there. Lots of monsters in there. And we only know the half of it. Isn't that amazing? We know fuck all, really, when you think about it. I mean, fuck all. And then they'll... Now, I don't know about you people. I know this will go over heads, but I saw another bullshit there about the fucking... This is what's happening in Mars at the moment. Like they've got jack shit in Mars. The fuck? That's in Iceland or Greenland or some shit with some aperture on the camera. Fucking cop on. Don't be gobbling that shit up. I don't buy it. Not for a second. Because I was watching a very interesting documentary. I'm looking for another documentary on the same kind of subject. Well, there's a few that they look like they're branching in together and they're actually independent of each other. But the topics and the timelines are very, very close. There's like the education, the global education, we'll say. Is it 1901 or something? Or two people were involved in apparently setting what is your reality, your perceived reality. And it's very interesting. If there's any truth to it all, I mean, it's very fucking dodgy. So I suppose, you know, there's other funny things about, like, you know, if you were never good at school, if you were really just tuning out, that was your self-defense mechanism against propaganda. I like this. This is funny. I don't know if it's true, but it's funny. Sometimes you gotta say funny shit just for the sake of it, because it comes to you straight away and you gotta say it out loud, and then you laugh at it. You're the first to laugh, even if it's about yourself. You gotta get that out of you. And then the second one was about the lunatic asylums in America in roughly around the same time. And there was all this kind of black and white photos and fucking interviews and shit. As in written down, recorded interviews, and everything was kind of documented. And it was lost to us all, and then someone finds it in a museum and blah, blah, blah. Some Indiana Jones academic who's traumatized by the fact that they believe everything they've learnt is a lie. There's always an element of a truth to it, but majority of it is a lie. And they were going on about the whole reason for the whole lunatic asylum thing was basically there was some massive cataclysmic event where they were ushering in what they call these Cabbage Patch children and all these orphans that just appeared out of fucking nowhere, and were being put on these trains to go across the length and breadth of the country to fill up these cities that were practically empty. And the lunatic asylums were built for the people that wouldn't go with the program, that wouldn't just get on with it and accept the new storyline. So they were all put in there and just fucking electrocuted out of their mind and drugged out of their mind and imprisoned, basically. And then you were told, oh, they're mental, they're retarded. We gotta put them in there for the safety of everyone else. So you'd be thinking, like, I believe that. I could see how that would be, you know. I could see how that could happen. I see how it happens in our time. When the way something tragic will happen, and they'll just keep plodding along with the same lie until everyone just kind of just says, oh, fuck it. It is what it is. And they just get on with it because they don't want to lose their job. They want to be the lunatic in the village or the town or the city. They'll be vilified. That's where all these fucking things come from. But anyway, when you start looking at all of these weird and wonderful documentaries, you start to get a different perspective of the world. Even in your own town or village, whatever, you can look at it and you can see it. It mightn't be about such grandiose fucking schemes, but there's always something. There is always something where you will be disconnected, put out. Just saying, it's interesting. That's what I do now for entertainment. That's how I get my kicks. I watch all these fucking probable, questionable, global disasters that have been covered up and they're not finished yet. There was a master plan. Interesting. Then you'll wake up one day and say, what a crock of shit all that is. But you never know. Can you hear that fucking rain? Well, here we are. I'm not getting out of here for another while, so I might as well think of something to say. So, yes. So, last time I was here, all of them, bit myself, god damn it. It was dire wolves. Before that, months ago, it was fucking, what was it? Aliens in a mall or some shit. And then there was UFOs in New Jersey. All this American stuff. And now we have Katy Perry and her little circle of witches, or wannabe witches, climbing into a little thing and thinking they're astronauts because they think they went to space. Because they're flung really high in the sky and landed. I don't think they're even in that fucking capsule, to be honest. I think it was a crock of shit. I'm sure there was I don't know what the fucking point of it was. It's just the worst fakery, yet again. All these rich, smart people, they say. And when they do these kind of things, then it's just like millions of people say, what's that? And they point out X, Y, and Z, obvious errors and fakery afoot. Oh, you know what I mean? I hope you're not buying that shit, lads. I really do. I'm sure lots of the Irish people aren't. We just seem to have a detector for that kind of stuff naturally built in. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Slap. Insulting us like this crap. These fucking people. Sharks. Let them swim with the sharks. See what happens. Right. I'm having a zombie kind of day because of this fucking rain. I ignored the forecast and went off to work this morning, and I lasted about an hour. I was like, fuck. It got really dark, really menacing, so I had to fuck off. But anyway, so look, I'm going to go now. Come up with a name for this guy. It's like a big fucking shadow, really. I thought it'd be more, what you expect. He'll grow on me. I thought it was a fun idea, but it needs a name for kicks. So bye-bye for now, folks. And y'all be good now, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching, by the way. Thank you very much. You need fucking help.